You know, we often talk about the Austrians, and we know what depth they have. Throw out a couple of things to me why you think they're such an incredibly talented pool of athletes.
Just, you know, more people, more you know, hype around the sport in their country. So, you know, more kids are starting off. You know, they got a lot more support from their government and their ski foundation. That helps a lot.
Here at this training camp, we have some younger kids that have not been to a national team training camp before. No doubt they look up to guys like you and members of the national team. What do you hope their takeaway is, and what they might see from all this?
That, you know, ski jumping, you know, can be a, you know, something you can actually do with your life. You know, it's fun. It's got to work hard, but it's a lot of fun to you know, travel around the world and come here with your teammates and doing training camps and stuff.
Yeah. Still, there's on the road when you're in Europe, there's a lot of downtime. What do you do to fill some of that space when you're not jumping?
You know, we're on the computer a lot, watching movies and stuff like that. You know, started doing classes this year, so that'll take up some time.
Yeah. You're taking those online?
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Do you enjoy being in Europe?
Yeah, it's you know, it can be stressful and toughest sometimes, but you know, when you're jumping well and having fun, it's a good time.
All right. Peter, thank you so much. Good luck to you.
Thanks.
As we continue on with our interviews, the next one is with U.S. jumping coach Clint Jones. He, along with Casey Colby, is at the helm of the U.S. jumping program, and they are ready to start the season. Right now, we're talking with Clint today from the Alpine Clinic in Franconia, New Hampshire. Clint, thank you for being with us. It's been a really, really good camp, and I am continually struck always by what the Alpine Clinic does for us.
Yeah, it's amazing. You know, we're here for 5 days. It's a great time for the whole team to come together, you know, go over our goals, and you know, the Alpine Clinic is at our disposal to make sure all the athletes have identified all their different ailments and small injuries and try and get all that taken care of before we start the competition season. You
go off to Austria now really soon. It's amazing the season starts in earnest so quickly again, but how do you feel going over to Stams, and what are you hoping? You're doing some training, but then you're also going to Continental and FIS Cups there.
Yeah, in the last few years, we've started out the season kind of hanging in North America and just doing our regular training camps over here, and skipping out on the early season Continental Cups. And you know, we've had different reasons for doing that, but I think this year it'll be really good for our national team guys to get over and start the summer off competing against some higher level guys, so they really know where that level is, so that they can go through the rest of their summer training program really knowing where that bar is. And you know, there's times where, you know, we are a little bit isolated in North America, and when we spend large blocks of time training either in Park City or in Lake Placid, some of the guys think they're skiing really, really well, and then we go over to Europe, and there's always that little initial shock when they see you know, where that level is. A lot of times we're not that far off, but that little bit is enough to, you know, get those results down a little bit lower. So the whole idea is to just be a little bit closer with those European guys and have a little bit more of a clear goal and path for the summer training.
Clint, last year was, and you know, by your admission too, was a challenging year on many ways for international results. I know the goal is certainly to always improve, to keep going forward. What do you see? And I know we didn't have very good snow in the United States either, so that curtailed some of our training a little bit early. What are you hoping for this year?
Well, last year, you know, two of our major national team guys, Nick Alexander and Peter Fournette, both had some injuries last summer, and really, I think, affected their training and you know, entering the competition season with not being fully prepared can, you know, affect the guys' confidence. And like you said, there wasn't much snow really anywhere, so it was really hard to kind of get into a rhythm for a lot of the athletes. So you know, the summer in general, every summer, gives us a really good opportunity to get some consistent jumping in, and I think we've gotten those little nagging injuries taken care of, or at least identified and have a plan to take care of them. So, you know, really just getting that consistency up and getting that confidence level up, I think, is really going to be a factor moving into the the summer and then carrying that over into this next winter.
All right. Well, we're certainly wishing you all the best. So, hey, one of the things that happened at the end of last season or during the season, there were a lot of disqualifications for suit issues last year. The FIS Congress this year in South Korea has come up with a new plan. Can you explain it for all of our ski jumping friends out here a little bit about what this really means?
Yeah,
in layman's terms.
Yeah, essentially, you know, there's always been a tolerance with the suit size. The athletes were allowed to have the suit at any point on their body. They can measure their body point and then measure the suit, and they were allowed 6 centimeters of play in there, which doesn't seem like much, and really it isn't that much, but the different teams, you know, just like a Formula One team, they're always trying to figure out ways around the rules, and with that 6 centimeters, there were some teams that were able to manipulate their suits and find a aerodynamic advantage, and you know, they're always trying to level the playing field of ski jumping so that it's just the athlete that's really making the difference and not so much the equipment. So this year they changed the rules, so now there's basically no tolerance. The suit has to be skin tight, which you know, I'm sure there'll still be guys, you know, trying to tweak with things and make the suits as good as they can, but you know, taking away that 6 centimeter tolerance really gives people less of an opportunity to manipulate their suits, and so hopefully that'll be a benefit for our team, and we're not seeing it as such a negative thing. So. Yeah.
Clint, a lot of people don't know you're a Renaissance man. I mean, you were an Olympian, you're a coach now, you are an excellent videographer and help out with a lot of the projects that USA Ski Jumping does. You're also sewing the suits together, these new suits, and you did it last year as well. Tell me a little bit about the construction. I think it's extraordinary.
Yeah, we actually first had the idea in the 2006 Olympics. It was me and Nancy Hendrickson, actually, Sarah Hendrickson's mom, that made the suits for basically our whole Olympic team. That was our first attempt, and then, you know, since then, with all these different rule changes and, you know, the suits have to be so precise, we, along with the Nordic Combined team, started the plan to, you know, purchase a little bit of material and make the suits ourselves. So as I've gotten better at it, then, you know, the reliance on me to get it done has gone up as well, which, you know, at times can be a little bit of a burden, but you know, I enjoy working with my hands and building things, and jumpsuits are yeah, it's fun to make a product that hopefully your athletes can benefit from. So making the suits is takes me probably 2 or 3 hours per suit after I've made all the patterns and stuff, which at times can be a challenge, especially when all the guys are scattered across the country. But it's been I'd say a semi-successful mission, and you know, we still have plenty of material left, and we're still, you know, now with these new rules, we have a whole lot more learning to do, but hopefully we can make something positive out of it.
Clint, thank you very much. We wish you all the best on this European trip. Casey Colby will be with the domestic athletes in Lake Placid. Then you'll all meet August 3rd, 4th, 5th, U.S. Nationals coming up in Park City. So we'll look forward to seeing you then. Thanks very much.
Thank you.